Picture this. When you think of Las Vegas, your mind instantly goes to the absolute glitz and glamour, right? You picture those blinding neon lights, the towering luxury hotels, the massive, bustling casinos, and just millions of tourists out searching for excitement. I mean, it's a city quite literally engineered from the ground up for fun, distraction, and nonstop entertainment. But what if I told you that hidden right in the shadows, entirely out of sight from the average visitor snapping photos on the street, is a completely different reality? Welcome to This Explainer, where we're going to dive into the source material and uncover a dark, mind-blowing secret hidden right beneath one of the most famous streets in the entire world. Seriously, just imagine that hyper-glamorous Las Vegas Strip for a second. Up above ground, you've got this billion-dollar entertainment capital designed to cater to literally every single whim you could possibly have. But then, imagine a completely different, almost parallel reality hidden just inches beneath the feet of those millions of tourists. Below ground, it is a world of absolute pitch-black darkness. It's a place defined not by luxury or high-roller suites, but by raw, gritty survival. Down there, an entirely unseen underground community has actually established makeshift homes. The contrast between the glamorous casinos up top and the stark reality down below is just staggering. It's like two entirely different planets existing right on top of each other. Section 1. The Hidden City Below. Hundreds of miles of shadows. To really wrap your head around the scale of what we're talking about here, consider this single word: hundreds. Directly under the city's busy, sun-baked streets lies a massive, sprawling network of underground passages stretching for literally hundreds of miles. We are not just talking about a few dark corners or a couple of basements here. This is a vast subterranean maze winding directly beneath the famous Las Vegas Strip itself. And here is the truly astonishing part. This massive network, it isn't empty, not even close. According to our sources, thousands of people have reportedly claimed these shadowy concrete corridors as their hidden shelter. Think about that for a second. While millions of tourists are casually walking right over them, taking selfies and playing the slot machines, an entire underground community has been existing completely unseen. It's a whole parallel world operating completely under the radar of the general public. Now, if you're anything like me, hearing all this naturally raises a massive question. Why on earth would anyone build hundreds of miles of massive tunnels in a dry desert? Las Vegas is world famous for its arid climate, its scorching heat, and, well, its lack of rain. It seems completely counterintuitive, right? Why have such a massive subterranean infrastructure in a place that is practically bone dry for the vast majority of the year? Well, let's get into it. Section 2. Why dig these tunnels? The engineering purpose. So the core geographic problem boils down to this. Las Vegas is located in a very dry, incredibly hard desert region. Because the ground there is so parched and relentlessly baked by the desert sun, it basically acts like a sheet of solid concrete. It doesn't absorb water well at all. So when heavy rain does finally decide to fall, there's nowhere for all that water to naturally soak into. Instead, it runs off rapidly, causing sudden, incredibly dangerous flash floods that can literally sweep through the entire city in an instant. Because of this massive threat, engineers had to come up with a way to keep the city above from just washing away. Their engineering solution? Build these massive tunnels directly beneath the ground. Now, these weren't built for people. They were designed strictly to protect the city by capturing those dangerous flash flood waters and rapidly channeling them safely away from the millions of dollars of casinos and local neighborhoods. At their core, the whole system is nothing more than a network of gigantic storm drains. Section 3. Life under the neon. Humanizing the shadows. It's incredibly important for us to remember that the people living down here, they aren't just statistics on a page. Many of the folks living in these tunnels once had totally normal everyday lives, just like you and me. They're individuals who suddenly lost their jobs, or people battling brutal addictions, or those who have faced severe, practically insurmountable personal tragedies. When they had absolutely nowhere else to turn and felt entirely left behind by society, they moved underground. And why? Simply because they felt safer hiding in the quiet shadows down there than they did sleeping exposed on the busy, dangerous streets above. But what's truly astonishing when you look closer is the sheer human ingenuity at play here. These residents aren't just sleeping on raw, damp concrete. No, they are actively building makeshift homes. They actually furnish their spaces using discarded old furniture and mattresses that they find up above ground. They scavenge for wood and building materials to create walls and carve out little sections of privacy. They even customize their spots with personal pictures, artwork, and battery-powered lights to physically push back the darkness. It's kind of incredible.
There's this quote from our source material that really stands out. It says, "From the outside, it may look like a simple tunnel, but inside, some areas resemble small underground apartments." I mean, wow. This brilliantly illustrates human resilience, doesn't it? Even in the damp, dark belly of a concrete storm drain, people somehow manage to create a sense of home, order, and dignity in literally the most unexpected place imaginable.
But it's not all quiet down there. Section 4, the flash flood threat, a deadly reality. This brings us to a stark, genuinely terrifying reality of living in this environment. During heavy rainstorms, dangerous water can rush through these tunnels without any warning whatsoever. Remember, these spaces were engineered specifically to funnel millions of gallons of water away from the city above as quickly as humanly possible. So every single year, the original purpose of these exact tunnels transforms into a deadly, life-threatening situation for the people living inside them. And this creates such a jarring split in their daily reality. On one hand, you have their normal underground life, painstakingly building those shelters, gathering their precious belongings, and just trying to find a fragile sense of safety. But right on the other side of that coin is the flash flood emergency. The second the rain starts pouring above, they are thrust into a state of hypervigilance. They know that at any given moment, they might have to instantly abandon absolutely everything they own and frantically rush to higher ground just to survive the massive wall of water roaring toward them.
Section 5, Finding a Way Out. The Path to the Surface.
Now, despite how heavy all of this sounds, this actually builds into some real, tangible hope through a very structured pathway to a fresh start. Here is how it works. Step 1. Dedicated organizations and charities actively and regularly go down into the tunnels to connect with people. Step 2. They build trust by providing immediate, life-saving necessities like food and medical care. Step 3. They step up to offer critical support services and rehabilitation. And finally, step 4, they work tirelessly alongside these individuals to help them secure stable housing and employment back up on the surface. And honestly, this brilliantly illustrates the success of these programs. The source confirms that former tunnel residents have successfully navigated this exact pathway. We're talking real results here. They have found safe housing, they've gained meaningful employment, and they have completely rebuilt their lives from the ground up. It absolutely proves that no matter how deep into the darkness someone has gone, it is absolutely possible to find a way back up to the light. I really love this quote from our sources. Their stories show that even in difficult circumstances, change is possible. The incredible stories of survival and hardship that we see hiding under Las Vegas eventually turn into these powerful stories of hope. It serves as a fantastic reminder to all of us about the profound, literally life-saving impact of community support and outreach. So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final thought to chew on. The contrast of Las Vegas is extreme, for sure, but it's not entirely unique. Think about it. If this massive, entire world of humanity exists just beneath the glittering neon lights of Las Vegas, what unseen stories, what hidden struggles, and what remarkable examples of human resilience might exist right beneath your own city, just waiting to be discovered right under your very own feet? Thank you so much for exploring this fascinating topic with me. And remember, never stop looking beyond the surface.